little old grey-feathered lady is my Araucana hen. Her name is Gonzo, and she's 7 years old. She's so old that she only lays about 20 eggs in a whole year, but she's still a sprightly old lady who holds her own with the other chickens. And she has one talent that more than earns her keep. She's a dedicated broody and a champion nanny. Now that the weather is warming up and the days are longer, Gonzo knows that it's nearly summer, and she knows that means it's time for hatching eggs. So Gonzo isn't sprightly anymore. She spends her days sitting on eggs and dreaming of baby chicks.
Actually, she's only sitting on one egg, and it's not fertile, but she doesn't know that. She's a very determined broody, is my Gonzo, and because of that I worry about her. Even though she has water right in front of her and food quite nearby, I know she just doesn't get up. She just doesn't seem to move all day. She's a very obsessive broody. Most broody hens will get up once a day, have a poo, something to eat and drink, and they will be perfectly fine. They'll lose a bit of condition over the 21 days of waiting for their eggs to hatch, but they will survive. But Gonzo is about 7 years old, and she's not a solid chook. She doesn't have a lot of meat on her at the best of times. So when she's broody, I do worry about her and think she's just going to sit there and starve herself to death. So once a day I get her up, make her run around and have something to eat, and she does a big poo, and then she happily settles down again for the rest of the day. So let's see if we can get her up. Come on, Gonzo, time to get up, have a stretch.
As you can see, when a broody hen is deep in broody dreamland, just moving her isn't going to get much response. I gently massage her legs, stiff from being in one position for so long, and eventually she gets going. And if the food falls right in front of her eyes, she suddenly remembers how long it's been since she ate last. Then she has a bit of a shake, and a scratch, and she does a big poo. A hen will usually poo many times in a day, but a broody hen saves it all up for one enormous big job. And smelly too. Then it's back to her important duties, sitting on that egg. Her broody box is in a quiet spot, airy but sheltered and shady, and separate from the other hens, so they don't lay fresh eggs in with her egg. Keeping her separate also means that I can give her feed that's higher in protein and lower in calcium than the layer pellets. She doesn't need the calcium because she's not laying eggs. The netting is just there to keep the sparrows out. She won't move off her nest unless I budge her. So every day I get her up and make sure she eats something.
Come on, Gonzo, try something. That's the way.
And she has a scratch. And a shake.
And when she's had something to eat, she'll do a big poo.
Then it's back to the nest and that all-important duty of caring for her egg. Until tomorrow, when we do it all over again. Breakfast and ablutions. And so it goes on. And if she really was sitting on fertile eggs, it would go on for 21 days. Because that's how long it takes chicken eggs to develop and hatch into chicks. But as I said, I think Gonzo's too old for the strain of real motherhood, and I'm afraid she wouldn't survive 21 days. But I've let her go broody now because I have some eggs in the incubator that are due to hatch soon. You can put newly hatched chicks under a broody hen and she will accept them as if she had hatched them from the eggs she was sitting on. She doesn't seem to know or care whose chicks they are or what breed, and if she counts them, she doesn't seem to mind if she ends up with more chicks than she ever had eggs. And at last, for Gonzo, the miracle happens, and there are baby chicks. At first, she keeps them as well covered as she did that egg. But I see a little dot of yellow poking out. The yolk of the egg is what the chicks live off for the first day or so after hatching, and mostly they stay happy and cosy under her warm body. Although from time to time they pop out to check on the big wide world on the outside of the eggshell, from the safety of Grandma Gonzo's skirts. But a day or two later they are ready for action, venturing out to learn about the world. But never too far from Grandma Gonzo.